Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager 4 stream. My name is Adam. I am the Community Manager of Franchise Hockey. With me, as always, is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with... No, we're not back. We're starting a brand new campaign.
Well, we're back, but we're back with something different.
Exactly. And Jeff, what are we doing?
We haven't wanted to do something we hadn't done in a game, in a stream yet, so we're playing a European League this time, and we wanted to, among other things, show off the new Champions League. So we picked, so the team we went with is SC Bern from Switzerland, which is good for me because I'm half Swiss, and that's the general area my mom's family comes from, so sort of my hometown team, kind of. And fortunately, they're the two-time defending Swiss champions, so they do have a berth in the CHL, and we will be getting to that very quickly. Should mention off the start that we're playing as we've been doing for the last week or two, playing with a beta version of the game, so there's a few things in here you'll see that are a little bit different from the version, I think it's 4.9 that's out now, 3.49. This is 4.55, and testing is going pretty well with this, so I think we'll be ready to release this one very soon, probably in the next few days. And the other thing I have on, I do have the debugging option turned on, like I normally do when I'm testing, so you will see in this case, the little index number beside some of the messages and a few other things you wouldn't normally see if you've got that off in the game. But I think that's pretty much I think that's everything. I don't think we've got any big new features that have been added in the last few days that we didn't show off last time. And I've advanced this game a little bit, made some roster moves, and played it up through the first exhibition game. So we're actually right at the first Champions League game of the season against TPS Turku from Finland, which is going to be a tough game because they are a little bit better than us. You can see this is, remember when you're looking at when you're playing in a non-NHL league, you're seeing the star ratings from the perspective of that league. So 3.5 or 5 stars in this case doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be the guy who's going to be 5 at an NHL level. It's just showing how he is relative to the level you're at right now. So you can see Turku's got a fairly strong roster, lots of 3, 3.5, and guys with even higher potential than that. And although I'm not too bad here, I should run down the team quickly and give you an idea of what we're playing with. Obviously, this is a two-time defending champions, so they're not a bad team at all. A lot of quickly flip into.
Oh, I see why you picked this team now.
Physical ratings, yes, there are a bunch of ex-Canucks on it. Total coincidence. Just looking at the skating ratings, so acceleration, agility, speed, you'll notice a lot of guys. NHL level is roughly 13, 14, and you're seeing we've got a whole bunch of guys at or better than that level. So it's a very fast team, and that's kind of going to influence the way we play and the tactics we take. Just as go through a little bit of the roster here, obviously the ex-Canucks, Andrew Abbott and Mason Raymond, two of the big names there. And I should mention here that there's one small error with the Swiss League right now. I misinterpreted something I saw in the off season, an agreement between the A League and the B League in Switzerland as to the number of import players they were going to allow in the qualification games, which is basically the relegation from the top league and the promotion from the second level league. They compromised and moved that down and set the limit for number of import players to that for 3 players. I read that wrong. I thought it meant 3 players for the entire A-League for the whole season. Turns out, and that's what it's set to in the database right now, turns out that isn't the case. They're still using 4 players. So I do have a couple of extra import players on the roster that I've already sent down to my Visp is the setup as the farm team here. Basically, the team that Bern will be loaning its players to. And so if I go down there for a second, you can see that Maxime Moreau used to be with the Wild, and who was the other one? Mika Pierala, who had a cup of coffee with the Flyers a good 10 years or so ago, is the other guy that's down there. He actually had a pretty big season last year, but he hasn't done anything in real life this year. And he's only 2.5 stars, so I will probably bring those guys up occasionally through the season if we run into trouble or something. If the other imports aren't playing well, I'll shuffle them up and down. But technically, we should have at least one more import spot to be to put in the lineup, which we don't have right now. So it's not exactly going to play exactly like the real season is at the moment. Other than that, probably not a lot of on the other imports. Mark Arcabello was in the Leaf system last year. Let's see, not Justin Kruger, son of Ralph Kruger, used to coach the Oilers. Other than that, mostly Swiss nationals. Beat Gerber, who has been on the Swiss national team forever. Don't know if there's be a lot of any other names that would be familiar to a North American audience. But some of the better players, Thomas Rufenacht, and I'm butchering the names, which is embarrassing because I should be able to do German pronunciation better than this, but
now,
I can't.
Did you bring up?
And the other big advantage we've got is Leonardo Giannoni, who's the starting goalie and who's been red hot in the real Swiss leagues this season. I think he's got a goaltending GAA of somewhere around 1.6. So if he winds up on the Swiss Olympic team, we may be getting very familiar with him come February. What were you going to ask, Adam?
All those guys mentioned, and I didn't hear you mention another Canadian on that team.
Who did I miss? Raymond, Ebbett?
I didn't hear you mention Raymond.
Oh, no, yeah, no, I said I kind of threw him in there, so we can watch him do his thing where he circles around the offensive zone and doesn't actually do anything with the puck, just lets people chase him. So we'll try to figure out how to use that, if there's any use for it, but that's what I remember him doing with the Canucks mostly. I've got actually, I want to change the tactics up a little bit here. I want to use speed, so I think... Actually, I think I may go... Do I want torpedo attack? We've got a lot of guys who can...
It could easily pay off.
Yeah, I think that's... I'm leaning towards it's that or the funnel. I think I'm going to go with torpedo. And I'm going to be boring and go with the left wing lock defensively. So let's see what the assistant does with those lines. And I just noticed a little glitch here. For some reason, it's not putting Rondegger, who is left wing / left defenseman, into that last left defense spot for some reason. I'm going to have to check on that and see why it's doing that. I'm going to have to add him manually here. Probably because his primary position is left wing. If I play him a little bit there, it'll probably flip over and it'll start working properly, but it should work that way right from the start, so something's a little off there. But anyhow, that is our lineup set. I should probably look at that a little more carefully, but that looks approximately right to me. Scoring is fairly spread out in over the first couple lines. Raymond should be killing penalties. That looks good. Ebbett and Arcabel, yeah, okay. And Raymond on the point in the power play. Yeah, I think the Canucks actually used him there for a while. Okay, looks good to me, and so we can go right into our first game, which... Yeah, no Eggenbergers. Not yet. They're coming. Um,
Jeff, you missed in our Florida game. We of course had to draft him when he showed up on the list.
of course, I think I actually rated his ratings a little bit in this update too. Might have toned him down slightly. I don't think he's ranked quite as highly as he was.
In our game, he was scouted at 2.5, I believe.
Not bad.
Nope.
Okay, so against Turku, and I should have looked at the tactical scores. I think we're okay. Yeah, so probably going to be a fairly defensive game. We're matched pretty even tactically, talent-wise. Do I want to change anything? No, I think I'm just going to let that play. I've got this on very high speed, and it's only going to show us the goals, so it's going to move through this fairly quickly, and they're out shooting us pretty badly off the start. Although now we're bouncing back a little bit, looks like. Okay, outshot pretty badly here. I think I'm going to try going to global tactics, and let's just knock the tempo down a little bit. I don't think we can skate with these guys, or at least as easily as we can for a typical team in the Swiss League. Again, like against Swiss competition, we can outskate those guys. I don't think we can outskate Turku, so grit our teeth. Hopefully we can keep this close. I'd like to steal a point out of here at least.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, well, halfway through and we're still tied 0-0, so it's nice to have the solid goaltending here, and we're actually creeping back up on shots, and we were even for a second there. But still holding 0-0. Nobody playing particularly badly looking at the game ratings. Ebbett's doing pretty well. Raymond having a nice defensive game. So let's see if we can hang on to this in the third. I said it was going to be a defensive struggle, and we're headed for a 0-0 tie. Ah, no. 4.5 minutes left. Turku gets one goal, and I think that was that Callio into an empty net? No, that was into the empty net. Palma into the empty net, so late collapse, 2 late goals, and then an empty netter, and we lose 3-0.
Of course.
Still nobody with particularly bad ratings. And see, Nico Hischer's brother is on the team, but he's injured at the moment, has some knee problems, so we won't be getting him back for a little while. Even then, I'm not sure he's
older brother, right?
Older brother, yeah. Luca, he's only 1.5, 2-star potential, so we may not even have him on the main team when he is healthy. Although we've got a couple of younger guys we could probably bump down. It wouldn't hurt to send to our... You can see we've actually got the... Didn't show you that. We've got under 20, under 18, under 16, under 14 tournament teams, so we've got the whole system there. And the other team, we've got an affiliate, that's our affiliate that we can send players to, Visp. And I'm not keeping any extra players in the roster right now, just on the theory that anybody I can send down, it's easy to call guys back up, and anybody I send down is going to get playing time. So unless somebody goes off the rails badly or gets hurt, we won't be calling extra guys up, at least for now. We'll see how that works. Now that kind of sucked, but the nice thing on the schedule is the next team up is Nottingham Panthers. So it's an English team. England isn't quite at the... Hockey in the UK isn't quite at the level that it is in Switzerland, so Well, Nottingham isn't that bad of a team. They've got a few ex-NHLers, including yet another ex-Canuck, Jan Sove. So they've got a few decent players. Not quite. They don't really have the depth that we do. So I think we should be able to win that. And just rolling around to that. You can also see the season starts a lot earlier than it would with an NHL, playing as an NHL team. We're in August and playing games already. So, let's team up Nottingham Panthers. And just a quick look at the roster before we play. Mike Garnett, former Duck, in goal, so solid goaltending. You can see Sauve there, 2 stars. Mark Derlego, who is in the Canucks system, but don't think he... No, he was playing in Manitoba, wasn't he? You remember him from there?
Say that name again, sorry?
Mark Derlego, Bill's son.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah. So he never quite made it to the NHL. Big scorer in the WHL, pretty decent in the AHL and ECHL too, but apparently has declined quite a bit, 31 now, and only half a star, so I'm not even sure we're going to get to see him in this game. But let's... I'm not going to change anything with the lineup because we did pretty well against a tough team last time out. Let's see how we do against a... Oh, actually, I will change one thing here. I'm going to take a few more offensive risks and play a little more of a high-tempo game on the theory that they are going to have trouble keeping up to us.
Sounds like a good idea.
And 1 minute and 10 seconds in, and it's 1-0 already for us.
Gudu's happy. It's his local team, apparently.
Oh, sorry for what we're about to do to him, because it's 2-0 now. And this isn't actually in this build yet because we didn't want to try it with enough. Don't really have enough testing wait time. We'll probably be aiming for the next build for it, I think. But there's been some AI changes for particularly blowout type games where one team is going to start. The players on one team will start easing off even if the coach doesn't necessarily want them to. And the other thing, if a team is getting outshot badly at one point in the game, their players will start to pass less on their own accord and just try to get a few more pucks on the net. Just trying to mimic the thing that players, the natural behavior of the players, whether or not the coach wants them to do something. In certain game situations, they're going to behave certain ways, regardless. So hopefully that'll cut down a little bit on some of the blowouts and some of the lopsided shot totals that people have noticed in a few games. And, well, we're running up the shot total here, but... Oh, there we go, another one. 4-1, Raymond has a couple of points. Doesn't look like Ebbett has any yet. Rufenacht has a couple, and 4-1 final score.
Excellent.
So that actually puts us even in goal differential in the Champions League, which I'll look at in a moment.
So, Jeff, for our viewers who haven't heard of the Champions League, what is the Champions League?
Well, if you're familiar with soccer, it's basically the equivalent of, well, sort of like the Champions League in soccer, where the top teams in various national leagues are put in a tournament that runs at the same time as the regular season schedules through the year. They start out in groups, and Gudo's informing that Nottingham actually topped the group in real life, so I guess I shouldn't be trash talking him like that. I'll flip over to the Champions League view. You can see the different views right now and how they've started off. We are in group number 6. So the one team we haven't seen yet is Mountfield in the Czech League. Currently holding on to third place. We've got to make it to the top 2 to get into the playoff round. And after this, after the group stage, it goes to a more or less normal playoff. Nottingham struggling here, you can see, or actually up by 1 on goal differential. So pretty much that the game against the Czech team will be what determines whether or not we get any farther in this. And it's a we play each team in the group twice in the group stage, so we do have another chance to come back and steal a point from Turku. I think that was our previous game that was on the road, so we might still want it home, but for now we are just back to a preseason game against Biel, and I'm just going to sim through the preseason ones and hope nobody gets hurt. 4-2 loss, but looks like Giannone, our goalie, is finally just heating up a little bit. So that will be good as we start to get into the regular season. Oh, I didn't look at the goalie settings at all. I didn't even check. I forgot to look at the
also
manager options and scouting. Yeah, I'm totally forgetting everything here.
Why, Jeff, have you been busy at all?
Just a little bit. Okay, going to turn the goalie start settings on. We will lean towards using the hottest goalie. The games are spaced out fairly well, so I'm not going to worry too much about best rested or alternating goalies in back-to-backs. I don't think we even have a lot of back-to-backs. Got a very good starter, so I'm going to leave that, and I will lock that in. And going into the manager options, the one thing I'm going to turn on is training, since we're mainly interested in showing off the Champions League in this game. I'm not sure how long we're going to stick with this one. There are a few new things or at least one new significant thing in historical I kind of want to show off. And looks like we've got a one player injured, Dario Meyer, 2 to 3 weeks with a bruised wrist. So he's going to the injury list. And I need a winger to bring up. Can't be an import. Going to have to take somebody off the under 20 team, I guess. And gonna have to be the Actually, I'm going to have to go with a 17-year-old here, I think. Jeremy Gerber, youngest guy in the team named Gerber. That seems kind of appropriate.
There's a couple of them.
And into the lineup he goes, see what the coach wants to do. To keep manually reassigning Rondigger, that's... and everything else. Looks okay. Okay, scouting. I'm going to handle that manually. And in this case, we don't really need the huge scouting staff that we would with an NHL team, because you don't have a draft in the Swiss League. We're developing our players mostly internally. The things I want to look for, I'm going to set my first scout to, he's the best one at evaluating potential. I am going to have him looking in Central Europe, which includes Switzerland. I'm going to tell him not to look at any foreign players, so effectively he's only going to be looking at Swiss players. I'm going to knock the minimum birth year to... see, it's 2017, so I'm going to set the minimum birth year at 2000, so he's only going to be looking at the 17-year-olds and under. So anybody I might want to steal for my own organization, scouting them for potential, and I want to look at as many as possible So scouting for quality, report back every 8 weeks, permanent settings. I think that's all I will do with him. Now, Landberger, the best at evaluating current ability. What do I want to do with him? I think I'm just going to have him looking at Switzerland in general. So Central Europe is home region. Again, not looking at any foreign players. Not going to bother with anybody with an ability less than 1.5. Look at as many as possible and scout for current ability. Don't worry about the age. Don't worry about anything else. And yeah, so he's just going to look for, or should I be looking at free agents with him? No, I'll have another guy do that. I'm going to have him, he's basically watching all the Swiss leagues for decent talent. The one guy I want to have here, probably the worst scout, I'm going to have him specifically scouting goalies. Just because I like to have a decent selection there. And do I want to limit it? No, I'm not going to limit the birth years at all. Central Europe, but I'm not going to limit it to foreigners. So he's going to see some Germans, Austrians, whatnot. Definitely for quantity and also for potential, but I'll let him take a look at older players as well.
Makes sense.
Who have we got left? One decent scout and one okay scout. The okay scout has a home region in Switzerland, so I'm going to use him in Central Europe. And what do I want him looking at? I won't. I'll let him look at foreign players. Actually, no, I'm not gonna. Just trying to think of how I can best use him. I'm gonna try him on just actually. I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna put him on free agents. Fairly high potential free agents, I think. Including foreign players. Yeah, I think so. Scouting them for current ability. And again, quantity. Yeah, that's okay. And the other guy, Weber. So I've got a guy looking at goalies, a guy looking at basically this older players in Switzerland, guy looking at younger players in Switzerland, guy looking at regional free agents. One left. I think I will have just thinking about where I'm going to be getting players from next year. I'm going to put him on impending free agents in the American Hockey League.
Smart. What about free agents in the WHL?
Kind of too big of a jump really for Swiss hockey, just straight out of junior. For me, I mean, any player that's good enough to be doing that is going to be an NHL prospect. And there's going to be a lot of guys, so quality, ability, and okay, yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so back to getting to playing games. Is there anything else I didn't think of? Set training, set scouting. If not, we are on to our third CHL game.
I think that should be about it.
And one thing we did in the update, it's not really apparent right now because we're playing a lot earlier in the season when we would with an NHL team, so it actually probably seems to be simulating a bit slow here, but it's doing all the typical off-season moves. So that's swaying things down a bit, and we're also at the end of the month. That's why it's taking a second to update. September 1st is one of the busy dates in the game. And should just about be taking over here, but we think Sebastian's made some changes to the way some of the behind-the-scenes stuff works, and we're guessing probably about for a full season simulation with all leagues active, cut maybe about 10 minutes off of a typical game.
10 minutes for the entire
season, from starting in August to the following July. Okay, so Geneva picks up a guy from a Czech team, and we need to give him a number, but somebody's already wearing that. He's a kid, so he doesn't get much choice. He wants double digits, so we'll give him 77 instead of 11. And he's unhappy, but you're 17, kid. You take what you get. So, team we're up against today, Mountfield, which is the sponsor name. And you can see they're pretty loaded as well. It's the fun thing about the Champions League. These guys are all national champions. So you're looking at some fairly tough competition. I'm going to butcher the Czech names, I'm sure. But Rene Vidareni, who was a Canuck draft pick many years ago. Trying to see how many other names. Yaroslav Bednar, the Oilers. And Sedlacek, the goalie, who's going to be a problem for us. Hopefully he's not too hot at the moment. But this game is where? Is it on the road? Yeah, we're at home. We're at home. So we really need a win here, as tough as these guys are. So 46, 56 on the tactics. We're going to have trouble getting offense going against these guys. Trying to pick out a few more countering rolls here. Don't know how much good it's going to do. So we already have quite a few countering rolls. I can... Yeah, that's about as good as I can do, I think. Hopefully those countering rolls drag them down a little bit. And their goalie is... Oh, they're actually starting to back up against us. That's kind of insulting.
Well...
Oh, we did pull ahead of them in defensive, their offense against our defense, and they're ahead there. Yeah, they got the tactical edge everywhere else, so this is going to be a tough one. And this is kind of our Champions League hopes hinging on this. So let's hope they really regret starting that backup instead of the top guy. And they just did, because our fourth line right wing made it 1-0 for us. Kampf. And looks like we had another goal coming, and Rebar, the backup, lets another one in. So 2-0 Bern at the end of first period, even though we're getting outshot 9-8. I'm pretty happy with this. As long as the goalie can stay hot, we're in good shape. And I probably just jinxed us by saying that, haven't I?
Probably, yes.
Although they need to get some shots on us to take advantage of that, which they're finally, as soon as I say that, they start to shoot a little bit more. But again, 2-0 at the end of 2 periods, and we're only getting outshot 17-14, so this is a home game for us, so this is kind of a must-win, and we're winning. And Mark Arcabello makes it 3-0.
Excellent.
This is also, I can't remember exactly how the tiebreakers work for the CHL, but I'm pretty sure goal differential is one of them, so piling on here is... Oh, as soon as I say that, it looks like, oh, there goes the shutout. Mountfield makes it 3-1, but there's only a couple minutes left. So the fact that we won by a couple helps that goal differential a bit. And you can see if, well, I've got that open. There's one thing I should mention about the Swiss League. There's no trading, but we can transfer players. So it's basically pretty much works the same mechanically in the game. You're just offering money instead of players. The only thing is we'd mainly be looking for non-Swiss players, since nobody is really going to want to trade with us within the Swiss League during the regular season. So and we've already got imports, so actually that's something I should be watching for in the scouting reports, is Swiss guys playing in other leagues, because I've got a full slate of imports already. But if I can bring somebody back from overseas. A line brawl between Calgary and the Wings tonight.
Oh, was there? Oh, did not see.
Neely is just saying that in chat. Was Jagger in it?
Oh, probably. Actually, is he playing?
He's been in and out. Okay, what does the schedule look like from this point? We've still got... Okay, yeah, we know that was our last preseason game that we played against Biel, so... Oh, fantastic. Turku again today. So the schedule is kind of brutal here. We're getting these... Yeah, Hischer's out for a while, and Meyer is still another couple of weeks at least. But hopefully we've got guys relatively happy and playing well. Do I want to change anything in the strategy against Turku? It worked pretty well for like 95% of the game last time. Try to find a few more countering rolls here. The guy left the penalty box.
Witowski, you had a fight with someone during... Ooh. That's a dangerous thing to do.
Okay. I think I can exploit these guys tactically a little bit more this game. Yeah, bigger defensive advantage, a little closer there, and better on the power play, so... Hopefully we get a few bounces here. This is a home game, at least for us, so we should do a little bit better. Until, of course, Kallio makes it 1-0 for Turku, and Henrik Tillander makes it 2-0. That's the other thing about Turku. They've got a bunch of familiar players, but the guys are like in their 40s. So Talinder's not quite there yet, but who are the other ones? I was thinking of Eric Perrin. And 3-1 at the end of the first period, so goalie really needs to step it up here. So we're actually holding him down pretty well on shots. We're just letting in goals we shouldn't.
Just like the
Canucks. They had actually kicked him out, and Witkowski came back onto the ice, so somebody's getting suspended. Haven't had a good one of those in a while. Unfortunately, this one, 4-0. There we go, 4-2. Oz gets us back within 2 goals. Don't really like having to do this, but we're going to have to amp up the risk-taking in the third period. And now that we're still halfway through with no goals, really open it up. And Mason Raymond makes it 4-3 with 2.5 minutes left. Going to pull the goalie, and nope. Banked in an empty netter off the post. 5-3, Turku wins it. Eric Perrin, who was just made fun of from being 40, is first star of the game. Well, that's the league standings. Wanted to look at the Champions League. The good news is we're technically in second place right now. The bad news is Mountfield and Nottingham are still a game in hand over us. So these are actually, I should mention here that the point totals here are 3 points for a win. So Mountfield, presuming they win this one, unless Nottingham can pull off the upset, will jump ahead of us again. And next up, we've got a few days off now, so it's actually the start of the regular Swiss season coming up.
Excellent.
And when it finally gets rolled around to the, I think it's the 9th, we start playing games. I'm going to take a quick look back at the Champions League to see how that Mountfield-Nottingham game went. And we really hope Nottingham at least managed to get him into overtime or something. Season preview. So they're naming they're calling us one of the contenders, not mentioning, Giannoni is the best goalie in the league, but no other players mentioned, so we should be able to get, even if we don't go anywhere in the CHL. Nope, Nottingham couldn't pull it off. Mountfield wins. At least they didn't blow them out, it looks like. They got shut out 2-0. So Gudu, Nottingham's actually not doing too badly. They're just losing every game by a fairly close margin.
They're not doing too bad. They're just losing all the time.
Yeah, they're not getting crushed or anything like that. I'm sure if I look in the tournament, thinking of the Polish teams in particular, they're probably not the worst performing team. Yeah. Esbjerg from Denmark is 4 games, 2 goals, 4-16 against. Cardiff is doing even worse than Nottingham, so 3 goals, 4-25 against. And Krakow, the Polish league, has given up 30 goals in 4 games. Ooh. Although it doesn't help that they've got ridiculously tough competition from Sweden and Finland in there. So I think for as far as we go, we're going to have to beat Mountfield in that in our next game against them. We go on the road against them, and we have to. Who will they have one more game against? Oh, they play us. Have they played Nottingham twice, or have they played Turku twice? They've played Nottingham twice. Okay, so that's actually, so those points are a little easier for them. They're probably going to lose to Turku again, even though they took them to overtime last time. We could sneak through here, but we got to win these games. But anyhow, now we got to worry about the regular season. 3 more days. Well, that comes up. The next stage of the tournament is actually delayed a little bit. It doesn't begin until the beginning of October. So we've got about 10 games of the Swiss regular season to go through, and I think we'll sim through a few of those to get us a little closer to the remaining CHL games for the. We're actually, wow, this hour went quickly. We're running low on time. We'll get through a few of these games and get close to those Champions League games for the start of the next game, the start of the next stream rather. And depending on how that goes, I think we want to play out the whole season at least, even if we don't make it out of the CHL. I'm not sure if we'll go beyond 1 season with this game. Kind of want to one thing I was mentioning before in the new update when that's out. I made a few changes to historical the way players are rated and re-rated if you're doing recalc mode. So Sebastian was able to work it out where we can adjust player ratings instead of going in the neat up and down curve that they normally go in right now, where we can have sort of anomaly years where a guy has a really big season, and we can depict that accurately now instead of having to sort of fudge around it and make him better or worse than he actually was in other years. It's I know one of the late is it the 90s Leafs are one of the ones that have the problem, and we lose the first regular season game 3-2.
Of course.
Barry Brust beat us, ex-Prince George Cougar. Like I can take, for example, a guy like Solani, who had that freakish rookie season where he had 70-something goals.
76, Jeff.
76.
Winnipeg Jets history.
76 goals, but never actually, he had great seasons after that, but never anything quite at that level. So I can make him well, go ahead.
He had 96 points in 05-06.
That's still, 76 points, and what was it, 130-something?
Yeah, but 96 points when he's 40.
Yeah, still. And that's actually the other end of that. I was able to fix both of those parts of Solani's career because he was one of the guinea pigs for testing this change, and you'll see this in the update. I haven't been able to do the data for that many guys yet, but he will have that accurately. Solani is a great guy to show this because he can have that 40-year-old season now where he's way above what he was at that level of those last few years of his career, where he has that one anomalous season, and he also has that terrible season in Colorado.
Well, yeah, he should have that.
Yep.
But 96, 97, he had in 78 games, he had 109 points. Yeah. 98, 99, 75 games had 107 points.
But if you look at the way the start of his career goes, if I was trying to,
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah, I know. But I know it's good because it illustrates the way this works. I can have him have those anomalous years now without screwing up the rest of his development. And there we go. We finally win one, 6-2 over Ambre Piotta. And Bodenman gets a hat trick for us. Oh, I was wrong. We actually won that one. That was a 3-2 win for us. I read that wrong.
Excellent.
So off to a 2-0 start in the Swiss League. P-Wog, your boys got into a bit of a brawl tonight, eh?
P-Wog changed his name. He's just trying to confuse us.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be on the highlights. Neely was just telling us about it. Apparently Mantha was in it. Okay, Meyer is skating again at least. And how is Gerber, the rookie, doing in those couple of games? We had him up. Game rating is okay. And we got Geneva again, who we opened the exhibition season against. Oops, didn't mean to go into that game. I'll just sim to the end of it. And we win 1-0. First shutout of the season.
Excellent.
Should get Giannone a little hotter, I think. And that was on the road. Oops. So 3-0 start. And playing, oh, we do have a back-to-get game here. Didn't expect to get many of those. But in Lugano, or possibly in Bern against Lugano. That looks like Lugano was playing too, so they should be just as tired as us. We're at home. And 8-2 for us. Gaetan Haas with 4 points. And that's what, 4-0 now. Take a quick look at our stats. Ebbett off to a nice start. He's actually leading the Swiss League in real life right now and probably is here too. 7 points in his first 4 games. Raymond's doing okay. Next game up against Lausanne in 6 days. I think that'll probably get us right about up to the end of the show. One nice thing about getting all these wins early, I can maybe throw the backup in and get Giannone rested all the way up if we've got a regular season game that's right before a Champions League game. Just in case, because I don't want to have him, Giannone, playing the partially with less than 100% fatigue rating when he's in the Champions League game, and so it won't really hurt us if we give up a point or two by starting the backup. And there's a big drop-off for the backup. Okay, taking a quick look at the Swiss standings for the game. Davos is actually off to a 5-0 start, so we're trying to keep up with them, I guess. And see if we can beat Mosan. And we got blown out 6-0. So much for our undefeated record. Played one too many games, I guess, going into this. So I'll just advance this ahead, and I think we will... chat question, what's the quickest firing you got in this game? I think I was fired at the end of the first season once. I don't think I've ever been fired in the middle of my first season. You've got to really mess up pretty badly and get into a real prolonged losing streak for that to happen.
Challenge accepted.
Oh, we actually had a game the next night, so I will play that quickly. But I think we can wind up here. Adam, if you want to sum things up.
Sure. Thank you for tuning into another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. We typically stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. You can find all of our videos archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments. If you want to talk to us about Franchise Hockey Manager, you can find us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. On Twitter, we're at Franchise Hockey. You can find our Discord channel, which is listed on our Twitter as well. You can come on down to our official website, which is otpdevelopments.com. Click the community button in the top right-hand corner, and you will find your way to our official forums, where you can talk about Franchise Hockey Manager, Out of the Park Baseball, MLB Manager, which is currently on sale, and just about anything else you want.
Okay, and we did get one more game in there. We wound up Mason Raymond had a couple of assists for us, so we won that, and are currently second overall in the Swiss National League. One thing I should have mentioned, you can see I've got the logos here. That's not an official part of the game. That's a mod, as are the very nice uniforms you can see. And both of those are available on, I think you can find them in our mods forum as well, but if you've got the Steam version of the game, you can get them through the workshop. And Adam, you have made a video showing people how to do that, if I am correct, right?
That is correct, yes.
Have a look at our YouTube channel if you're not sure how to download a uniform or logo mod and get nice, pretty logos like that.
Also tells you how to find your save files. Sure.
There we go. Also useful. So that is pretty much it for this week. If you weren't around at the start of the broadcast, I did mention that we're pretty much in the final stages of testing the next update now. So if nothing, I think we've got the version I was playing tonight. Obviously, didn't have any problems with it, and I can do things. If you didn't see the update last week. We've added the compare players screen. I think we've added a couple of things to it since we showed the last version of it, but that will be new in the update. Everything is looking fairly good for it at this point, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, by the end of the week. If not then very, very soon we will have that out for you. And then after that, we're probably looking at a bit of a longer break between updates unless there's anything urgent we have to fix with the new one. But then we'll probably doing something that's a little bit more of a content-heavy update, new features, and maybe a few new additions to the game for sometime in December. But that's all in the future now, so we will be back next week with Adam's Florida Panthers game.
Yes,
which you just got
there
through the
might
draft.
be another special. No, we got through draft free agency. Yeah, we've just turned up to the start of the new season, and there might be another special stream coming up one of these days. Not
Okay,
really
another
sure, but
midweek stream pod, or well, Friday. No, I guess this is a midweek stream, isn't it?
yes. Well, I don't know.
Approaching the weekend stream then.
Yes, watch our Twitter page because you know it might happen. But
Yep.
yes, we brought back some old favorites just for Jeff.
Oh, great. Luongo wasn't enough.
No. We had to bring back Datsu came back, as did who else was our the Russian friend who played so well for us in FHM.
Oh yeah, I can't remember which. I know the guy you're talking about. I can't remember the name.
Yes, just drawed a complete blank. But yes.
Okay, well, we will be back with that next week. So thanks for coming out, and we will see everybody in a week from now, unless you're Adam, in which case you will possibly see him sooner than that.